Hey guys, it's a new day, new week. It's Monday. As you know from my previous video, that not a lot gets me excited when it comes to Monday. But hey, the projects are still there. Things need to get done. So I am getting at it. And for today, I thought guys might be interested in seeing the process for the restoration of World War II helmet liners. And this can carry over into Vietnam helmet liners as well. So, as you can see, I've got a liner that is a bit ratty. I'd like to make it more serviceable. Again, either for a collector that doesn't care if it's original or not, or this is more directed towards the reenactors looking for a good serviceable liner. So for starters, I always start with my trusty drill. And you have to carefully drill out the rivets, each rivet, to remove the A washers. And then in turn, you'll be able to remove the webbing and then start with a new kit. And then you will rivet the new web kit in to the helmet liner, I should say. So anyways, without further ado, let me get after this and I will show you step by step how to do it. It's a fun process, but time consuming. So if you're looking to save a few bucks, the trade-off is great. Give up a little time to save some money. Or you can just send it off to Jay Murray. I buy my supplies from Jay Murray, and he has a phenomenal service, restoration, and also just supplying the parts for the do-it-yourselfers like myself and hopefully you as well. So let's get at it. All right, guys. Just carefully put your drill on the head of the rivet. I recommend wearing glasses so that the splinters of metal, brass, do not fly off and get you in the eye. All right, now for the last one. Maybe. That rivet's spinning on me. Now it's for the harder part, because the rivets have a tendency to spin. You can see that it's sticking up just right there. I've got to drill that out so that I can get the reverse side rivet out. So I will speed through this process, but I'll show you how it goes. One way I found to help keep the rivets from spinning, get a little piece of sandpaper. This has a felt backing for an electric palm sander. I just set it down, put the rivet on the back side of it, and go to town. Once you have the rivets cleaned up on the back side so that you can punch them out, I usually get a small screwdriver or an awl, and I will just set it right in there. Basically, I'll put it in my lap. And then just poke it on out like that. Now you have a clean hole for the new rivet to go into. And it's just a tedious process that you have to do like that for each one. All right, folks. We are back. We've got our J. Murray 1944 early war cotton HBT liner kit that we are going to install. So this is the fun part. There's the back where the nape strap goes. Here are green, or no, I forgot. I got they're kind of in the white A washers, the earlier. So we're going to turn this into a relatively early liner. And for starters, I always like to put this kit in before I get to the nape strap portion, just because less to get in the way. And then also you'll see where they bring it together, this always goes at the back. So it's gonna go right in this particular hole, like so. Let me get a rivet here. Slip it in. Some of this is going to be a little off screen, but I'll show you guys the finished product here. And your A washers are going to go in with the triangle pointed upward. I don't know if you can see that very well, but like so. Now, gotta have a hard surface, so I use the lip in my garage to push down on. And then I've got my trusty little rivet setting tool right here. Just make sure I have it lined up. Make sure my kit's out of the way, the webbing, I don't want to hit it. And then my trusty